Wow, that's so hot. I'm gonna be sweating by the end of this. What's up? Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crack it? Why me roll? Why me crack that soldier boy? That Superman. That now why me you? It is 4:52 p.m. on Sunday. It is like 75 degrees outside, but because of this window, it's like 85 in this room. So that's fun. I am back with another video. This video, I had a different plan for this weekend, like totally different, but I filmed it. I did do it, but it just wasn't good. So this week, as you can see by the title, I am going to be doing a story time. I am going to be doing a story time of getting fired from my first job or getting fired from all my jobs. My story time is gonna be not a 10 emoji, no 30-minute long story time about my life. My life is not that exciting. I promise you it's not. Number one. Number two, I'm gonna ramble because I'm so bad at telling stories. I lose people because I don't stay on topic, as you will see in this video, because I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna do it. Just stick with me, watch it, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let's get it started. Okay. Honestly, out of all my jobs, the one thing I was fired for all of them, was my attendance. Not like I didn't show up, but I called out a lot. So, first job, I was 16 years old. I was here in Vegas. It was at Circus. It was on the Strip, but I was in the Adventure Dome. So if you ever been, it's like an indoor amusement park. Very, very small, but it's good enough for like tourists and everything. But like for locals, it's not that fun of a time, except in October when Fright Dome comes around. That was probably the best time for locals because it was actually a really good time. But they actually stopped it. I think like it's done for good now because they didn't have one last year. That was my first job, 16 years old, right? Super good for a 16-year-old. Like they only schedule you when you're like a minor on the weekends. It was very minimal, but for you being 16, you didn't need that big of a check, so it made sense. It wasn't challenging, it really wasn't. It was a really good time. It was just so dramatic. You knew that you couldn't really talk to certain people because they were in a clique. With me, I was friends with a lot of people at the job, but I had my clique. So yeah, I talked to them, but we weren't friends, you know? So my actual friends, there was, I think, 6 of us. It was Rosa, me, Nicole, Xavier, Kayana, Gustavo, Isabella. That was it. So that was like, what, 7 or 8? Wow, that was so off topic. I lost track. Whatever. They're like a job where they always are hiring new people. If someone were to quit or get fired, they would never be short-staffed. They had just hired like a new wave of people. And they weren't bad people. They were fine. They were cool. They weren't in our group, but they hung out with our group, which is like whatever. There is this one person, and I don't want to say her name. We're going to call her Riley. Riley was super loud. Not like, I don't want to say ghetto, but ghetto. She was just like super just like loud and obnoxious. But that was fine, whatever. She was kind of bitchy too. Somehow we had exchanged social medias. Wow, this isn't even about how I got fired. It's still a good tea, so we're gonna tell it anyways. We had exchanged Twitters, and she was a local, like tweeting, just woke up, just had to take a shit. She was that kind of tweeter. Like, we were like not talking. I forgot what I did or what she did, whatever. I think I was talking shit about her. I always do that, but whatever. I don't think that was actually the reason, but I subbed her. I was like, I'm gonna get her fired. And she, that snitch bitch, took my tweet and gave it to the HR. And I had to have this whole meeting with them, and they were like, oh, so you were threatening her? No, I was talking about something else. They couldn't say it was towards her because no names were said. I didn't at her. I didn't say Adventure Dome, so they can't say it was directed towards their company or that person. So they left it alone. They dropped it. Like, she's mad. Goodbye. This other kid, I'm not going to say his name either, so I'm going to call him Adrian. Those two became best friends, and Adrian was just as annoying as she was. And it got to the point where he was talking shit about me, and I pulled up. Like, when I'm not around, you saying all this, and he was just like, oh no, I didn't mean like that. It wasn't that serious. Once again, nothing happened. And then they went to HR again. Oh, I'm threatening them, and I am very scary, and they're threatened by me. Keep it at 100. You're talking about me first. So whatever I'm giving you, you already gave to me. Somehow we got over it. We hashed it out and whatever. But that's not why I got fired. So that was super off topic. I got fired, like I said, for attendance. The first day out of training, I couldn't go to work because I had a school thing I had to go to. I thought I called out the right way, but I didn't. So it was a no call, no show. Then the manager was like, this is your first day. You didn't really know. This is a warning. I said, bet, now I know for sure. After that, because in school, it was basically like every other Saturday, I had a thing to do for school. So I had to keep calling out. So they give you, I think it's like 12 points before you start going into negative and then getting fired. When you start, you're at 8, but as you go on, you can get up to 12. Started, I was at 8. No call, no show is 2 points against you, so then I was at 6. And then I went down to 0. And then I went into negative zeros and negative zeros, whatever. 2016. It was in March, and I was at negative 2 points. So I was at a written warning, so before getting fired. I had to go to my school to this NASCAR thing. In Vegas, we have the NASCAR Speedway. We had volunteered to work the thing so we could raise money for the band. Oh yeah, I was in color guard, so it was for band. And I had totally planned to, my times were right. I was ready and in enough time to do it, get home, shower, and go to work. I got home, I showered, I was in my room waiting for my mom. I go in the kitchen and I saw brownies. I was like, oh, brownies, I'm gonna take 2. Because I was like, I love brownies, so let's fucking eat 2 of them. I warmed them up, I got my milk, I ate, and all I know, I passed the fuck out. I was gone, and I was like, oh no, I'm just so exhausted because of the NASCAR, it's fine. I'm gonna just call out, take the L, get the negative 3 point, I'll just go in on Sunday. That was my plan. I woke up, my mom's like, Karl, where are my brownies? And I'm like, I ate them. Like, what do you mean? Like, there's not for me because you already had some? She was like, you ate the fucking brownies? And I was like, yeah, what the fuck is the problem? She was like, those were weed brownies. And I was like, oh, that's why I knocked the fuck out, because they had weed in them. I was just like, oh, well, they were good, so whoever made them did a bomb-ass job. Keep that connect, sweetie, because that was some good shit. I got to point number 3, and then I forgot why I called out again after that, but I did. I was clocking in, and right before briefing, they said, oh, Karl, go see Melanie, which is like in HR. I was like, okay, whatever. I went up there, she was like, Karl, hi, you've been so good here, and you're just so amazing, but I have to put you on suspension because of your attendance, and and I was like, yeah, sis, I know. I clocked back out. I went home. I had my suspension hearing, I think a week later. That's when I got fired, because they were like, are you sure there's no medical reasons why you couldn't go to work? I can't lie, because if I lie, they're going to want proof. I can't give them proof, so then what? I'm stuck. No, yeah, I just couldn't come to work. I know I fucked up, so it's okay. Got fired, whatever. I was sitting there waiting to get picked up, and then they were coming in, and I was like, your boy's gone, your boy's fired. I wasn't even mad, I wasn't sad or mad, I was like, okay, well, got fired. That's job number 1, at Adventure Dome. Fired for attendance, but had a lot of drama going on. We have Starbucks. I was a barista. I was a really good barista, to be honest. I started that job in 2016 in November. That store had so many problems, managerial-wise. I was there for a year and 3 months. That bitch ran through 4 managers. First manager, who was the one who hired me, her name was Dina. I had no problems with her. I came in and she called me to come in for extra days. I had no drama with customers or employees, whatever. She got fired for, I think, smuggling funds or some shit like that, whatever. Then it was Marcus. Marcus was a church dad. He was cool. He was there. He was cool. I think he was he lied on his application and then stole. It was Melanie. No, her name was just Mel. Just M-E-L. Mel. She didn't get fired, but she was only a temp manager for our store while the new manager was getting trained and her store was still being built. No problems with her. So keep in mind, that's just 3 managers down, like 6 months in, no problems, right? I was on the bar, I was on drive-thru, I was in the food, like I was killing that shit. Then, oh my god, the 4th manager came. His name, not gonna say it. His name, we're gonna call him Bradley. Bradley, woo! He had sat all of us down one by one, saying, hey, I'm Bradley, I'm your new manager, like, how's the store been so far? So I'm like, it's been good. Like, we've had like little problems here and there, but nothing to really be like, fix it, you know? It wasn't like that big of a deal. Then he was asking me questions like, where do you want to be in this company? Is this a bad answer? I'm okay with just being a barista. I'm in school. I don't want to be anything extra and then fail. Is that a bad answer, you know? Then he was just like, oh, are you mad that I don't want to get a promotion? Like, I'm sorry. Like, okay, well, nice to meet you. I'll see you, like, my next shift, whatever. From that day, the energy was just so bad. It was disgusting. Keep in mind, you are the manager, but you just got trained. So don't act like you're the big bitch here, because I can run circles around you on this bar. Please let me know if you want to be trained by me, because I can help you out if you need the help. Let me know. No problems, whatever. One girl had went on vacation, so he decided to put me in the mornings. Like, I was working since I started closing shifts, and I was fine with that. I was in school. Like, you want to fucking yin-yang me, opposite me the whole way around. For what? Please let me know. So, I did it, no complaints. Went, and for Starbucks, the busiest time frame was between, I think it was like 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. That was our peak. So, peak was like we had 6 people on the floor, 2 in the bar, 2 in the drive-thru, 1 in the front, like for registers, 1 in coffee and food, and 1 for like changing milks, trash bags, keeping the floor stocked for the peak time. I was in like front and food. I get it. He didn't like me. He wanted to put me somewhere big. Whatever. I was totally fine with that. And then I was like, hey, like, can I do bar? I had asked because even though he's the manager, he still wasn't the shift manager. So I could ask the shift manager, and he couldn't really talk shit because, like, he's not running the shift. He's still just working the shift, but he's just the store's manager. I asked her, hey, can I be drive-thru one day? I fucking killed it. Like, I was doing really good. Then I was like, can I do bar? She was like, are you sure? I was like, I got this. Killed it. Like, I was fucking good. So it was the point where I was, at that time, only drive or only bar. Like, I never moved from those 2 spots. This is the time when I was, like, partying super hard. I would party on Fridays, not get home till 3 a.m., get, like, half an hour of sleep, take a shower, be at work by 5, and then still do bar during peak for 4 hours, and no problems. I went above and beyond, so it's like, once again, what was the problem? My job-wise, no problems, but same stuff as before, my attendance. So, there are certain times when I was late, like 5 or 10 minutes. So I was late a couple times, and I called out only twice. In a full year and like 2 months, I only called out twice, but I was just late different times by different amounts of time. I get it, but it's like my record for 4 managers has been clean. But then when you get here, because I've been late 3 or 4 times and then I missed 2 days, then it's a problem. You couldn't just say, I'll give you a chance to like calm down or whatever. You want to just be like, oh, you're doing that? Yeah, you gotta go. I came in on time the day after I was late again. He's like, hey, I told you already, like, you can't do this anymore. You gotta go. And I was just like, okay. Went out there and I was like, yeah, he just fired me. She was like, what? He fired you? Every employee appreciated me. My hard work was everything. What's crazy is that the day he fired me, I was going to be transferred to a different store the next week. And you had approved it. Like, I had asked him, hey, can I move stores? He approved it the next day. So I was like, why would you approve it, have her give me a schedule, and then fire me? Okay. My longest job was Starbucks. It was a year and 2 months. Right now, my second job is the insurance. I'm at 7 or 8 months now. I'm at Zytel right now, and right now I have good standings. I have called out some, but I haven't called out enough to be like, oh, I'm gonna get fired. So I'm definitely good right now. But knowing me and my shyness with attendance, we will see how long that lasts. And I'm going strong, so hooray for me. Like I said, I'm no Tana Mojo. If you wanted to see a 30-minute video, didn't give it to you. Like I said, Wednesdays are my upload days. Follow my socials. They are in the description down below. But if you don't know what they are Karl Scott. Were my Instagram and Twitter. Karl with 2 L's. Please do give this a like, a comment, a subscription, because I hope you like what I'm giving you, because this is all I got. So I will see you next Wednesday. Bye. Soldier boy,